Hey, what's up, Auspicious family? Welcome to another Auspicious vlog. If this is your first time here, my name is Mondo. I'm a special needs father of two boys. One is 12 years old in an autism spectrum, and the youngest one is 2 years old who has dyslexia type 3. Anyways, I was thinking of what video to do for you guys, and then I started thinking about my personal life, things that I'm going through right now. And as special need parents, there comes a time where you start to realize, man, a lot of my time is going towards, my baby who needs 24/7 care. Like, my life is constantly revolving around my child, which is perfectly fine. But then you start realizing how you're slowly slipping away from your goals and your dreams and the things that you want to do with your life. And then I start, I've heard different opinions from other people where they say, well, your life stops when you have children, which is, in somewhat, I can understand why they say that. But then in another way, you say, okay, well, when they're 18, then my life can continue, and then but I don't believe in that. I really don't. When I had the experience with my firstborn, which is Noah, he has autism. It was difficult. It really was, but then I still continued to do what I love. You know what I'm saying? And I was still working and doing everything. But with Nathan, it's a little different. When you have a child that needs constant medical aid, constant attention, like Nathan, my youngest, he needs 24/7 care, always, being looked at. He can't be left alone. And I'm like, damn, like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna be able to do these things. I stopped working. My wife left her job. We both left our careers in order to be here and taking care of Nathan constantly. And for those that are new here, I take the night shift and my wife does the day shift. And so we make it work, But then we start thinking like, man, my life is just constantly with Nathan all the time, and we're raising awareness, and we're trying to do, all our focus is into raising awareness. That's it. Trying to let people know what's going on, because his disease is very rare and there's no cures, there's no treatments, and we're doing the best that we can. But then when you get so caught up in that, you start to feel what they call the burnout, because you're constantly there. There's no breaks. You know what I'm saying? And so now, me and my wife decided to change our shifts, make different schedules in order for me to have some time and for her to have some time. And we made it work. We made it work because, for example, I love music, right? This is something that I've always loved to do. I love listening to it. I love creating it. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I wanted to do and where it's going so far. And hopefully this will inspire you to continue to do what you love. Okay, so that's what we're going to get into. Back in 2013, I was working as a caregiver, and I had a patient that I would take care of all the time. It was Monday through Saturday, and that was long hours. and he was an awesome patient, and I would always do a lot for him. But on our downtimes, whenever he'd be watching TV, I'd do all my tasks, and there was nothing for me to do. And then I just started writing on my notepads, just little thoughts that I would have in my head, and little quotes. I loved quotes back then. Any little quote that I would come upon, I would ponder it, and I'm like wonder all about it, and I wonder what made these people come up with that, and how awesome it applies into my life. And so I started to write these quotes down in my notes in my phone. And then I also love music, and then somewhere along the line that kind of crossed together, and I said, oh, wouldn't it be awesome to put a quote and put a song that goes along with it, and so that's what I started doing in an Instagram page that I created, and I called it Mondo Music. And at first these things were just a reminder to me, like little quotes. I would like, it's like a diary basically. I would write the quote and I would ponder upon it, what it meant for me, and I just started posting more and more and more, and that started to take off. People started to like it, and follower here, follower there, follower here, and it started to take off. Later that year, I wanted to take up on music, so I started writing my songs, and just like I was writing about a quote, I started writing songs, and then I started recording songs, and it was all on my phone. And eventually, one of my cousins told me, "Hey, we should do music," and everything that I had written, I would actually do music. So those things combined, the quotes, the music, the love, for writing, and then it turned into something else. This account that I had turned into something else. Mondo Music turned into something that I discovered along the way, because I was discovering myself as a person. I noticed that we all have a duality, right? Because we have something that we, inside of us, you can call it the hidden self, the dark side, or our flaws. And then we have the other personality that we show our family members, that we show, our wife, that we show our kids, that we show the people at church. We have things. Do you get what I'm saying? And so I feel that these two things make us whole. And so the word duality came to mind, and I say, you know what, I have a lot of things, that I would work on, that I needed to work on, and these quotes would help me. But then I started helping other people. People would, ask me questions about this quote, and I would give them advice to, depending on what I learned, and what I would apply it to. And they would, come along and say, hey, what about this? How would you do this? And I would slowly just start helping people. And at the same time, I knew that I had a lot of things that I needed to work on. So that's why it was a duality. And so I stuck with that. And that was going to be my artist name, Duality. And I started making different songs. Anyways, the account grew big. And I was doing music. I was doing these quotes. I was helping people. Everything was going great. And then when I was about to post or put out my music on iTunes and Spotify and do all that, that's when everything happened with Nathan. And so everything stopped. And I left that account. I would post here and there, but then I started thinking about all the quotes, everything that I had written down for all these years. And when I was in the hospital, I needed to apply all of these quotes, everything that I had learned. Because being in the hospital with your child and sick, and you don't know what's going on, it really tests your mental. It really tests the state of mind that you are in. Do you blame God? Do you give into anger, frustration? So a lot of these things, a lot of emotions were going on, and I didn't have time to deal with the music and the quotes and any of that stuff anymore. So I left a lot of it behind, and for the last 2 years, you guys know that I've been focused on Nathan. So I stopped all of that, and I started to focus on raising awareness for my son. So I started posting about what could it be. I was in the hospital, literally just, what could this be? Because at first they didn't know what Nathan's diagnosis was. So I was focused on, trying to raise awareness, and I made the Auspicious Mondo uh, page, and I started, because, oh, that's one thing I forgot to mention. That's very important. When I was in the duality, the mono music stuff, I never wanted to show my face. I never wanted to show my face. I always wore a mask, and I I just didn't want that attention to myself. I never wanted to like be famous or anything like that. So I thought, oh, if I do music, like I really don't want to show like who I am. I want them to understand the essence of the music versus a personality. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I wore a mask. Okay, so this is the mask that I would wear. I know it's scary or whatever, but oh man, this means a lot to me because I designed the mask myself. I had it made, and it represented a lot for me. Um, because I had a really, really rough upbringing, just like everybody else does. I tell this to everybody. We all have problems. What are you going to do about them, right? So this represented the good side in us, the good side that we show, like I was telling you guys earlier, that we show our family members, that we show the people at church that we're okay, show them the brighter side of who you are, right? But we never show the dark side, the hurt side, the part of us that we don't share with our family because they might judge us, that we don't dare to even bring up in church because of shame. But traumas, a lot of traumas that are hidden, whether it's things that happened to you as a child, just a lot of things that we hold on to, basically, that we don't decide to show. So that's what duality meant for me, and so I wore a mask all the time. So nobody knew my identity. I was just this person. But anyways, so now I'm raising awareness, and I'm busy with this, and it's been 2 years, and we started the YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok. We've been, focused on raising awareness for Nathan, and that page stayed there, and I never brought it up. I never, I left everything behind, and a lot of people were wondering what happened to me, and what happened when, like, some people would listen to my music, and they were just wondering whatever happened to me, and I never really came back. Not until recently, where I went back and I opened the account, and I shared with everybody what was going on. I just, I realized, like, man, I'm not gonna be this person anymore. I'm not gonna wear a mask anymore. I decided to show who I am, and no longer, keep my identity as a secret. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is that I could have easily just not done that and not got involved with music again and any of that. But then another family member passed away. And I'm thinking to myself, I got to thinking, like, man, like, we're here for a very short time. We're not guaranteed a long time here. And we cannot focus on the negative. We cannot let the negative hold us down. We have to live a purposeful life. You get what I'm saying? And I felt like I was helping a lot of people with my other account, and the things that I was doing there, it really made me feel awesome. So music, poetry, helping people, motivating people, helping them, it just very, like, it fills me up with a lot of joy. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like what I love to do. And I was talking with my cousin, and he was like, man, you know what, dude? Like, you're a very funny guy. You're a very funny guy. You're very talented with music. And, it just hurts to see you not, do these things. And I pondered upon that. I sat there and I thought about it. And yes, I love comedy. I love to be a funny guy. But I don't show any of that with you guys. I don't show this side of me. because my son is sick. Do you get what I'm saying? My baby boy is sick, and I'm giving all of my attention to that, and I'm trying to find a cure for him, and I'm trying to raise awareness for him. Do you get what I'm saying? And so I'm busy with that. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make time for the things that I love to do, because being always caught up in everything that's going on with my son is really stressing me out, and it's really like, there's only so much you can take when you're involved in that. So I had to take a step back and really think about myself and putting myself in a position where I'm not always drained. So that's why the last couple of weeks I took a time away from Instagram, and because that's the Instagram page is the main page where all of the support is on, and where all the people that I talk to are on. And TikTok took off, and I did not expect TikTok to blow up like it did. I think we're at 97,000 followers, I think, or something like that. And so with that, there's a lot of messages that I gotta go over and everything like that. But I said, you know what? This is important. What's going on with Nathan, and we need to focus on raising awareness. Yes, absolutely. But I also cannot give my all when there's nothing left to give anymore. I have to take a step back and do the things that I love, so that way I'm filled with energy and good positive vibes. So that way when I come towards my son, there isn't a negative, you know what I'm saying? It's always positive and with a good positive attitude. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, yes, it is still possible for you to live a life that you want to live, regardless of what's going on with your kids. That's my advice to you guys. And I don't know, it depends on whatever it is that your guys' dreams and your goals are. But for me, it's very simple and it's doable, and I know that I can do it. I just had to take that step. So you have to auto-examine yourself and really take a step back and see where you're at. If you're constantly, with your kids and they need all the care, doctor appointments, going here, going to the hospital, back and forth, it's draining. I know it is. But you also have to think about self-care and what that means to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody's self-care is different, though. We can't afford to just go on vacation and leave the kids with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, we can't do that. But what we can do is, hey, I'm going to go for a drive. I'm going to be right back. And that's helpful. Or, hey, Pam, I'm going to be in my room, which is my little command center here. And I work on some music. I play some video games. I stay away from an area that I know that I'm no longer helpful in. When I know that my energy is not right, I'm just going to bring more chaos instead of helping. So you have to auto-examine yourself and where you're at and where your mind's at. Because we all get to a point where we start to get frustrated, and you need to recognize that and stop. Okay? So that's my advice to you guys. Do what you love to do. Don't let this stop you from continuing to live a life that you want to live. You know what I'm saying? You can still do it. It's just you have to find a way to do it. You have to think differently. You have to manage your time differently. And it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't change the fact. You cannot be mad at your kids for, or because the thought would come, because of you, I'm no longer happy. Do you know what I'm saying? We can't do that. So I suggest, my opinion is, please talk to yourself. Examine yourself. What is it that you want? What is it that you need in order for you to give the best self to your partner, to your kids, to your family, and have a nice little balance there. Okay? So, anyways, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So the old page that I was on, where I did my music and all that stuff, it's no longer Mondo Music. It's no longer Duality 1. It is Auspicious Mondo. I changed it to that, and I'm going to continue that. I just wrote a new song for one of my cousins who's a singer, and I'm going to be devoting all that time into that account. I'm not going to talk about it too much on here because this is more for special needs and what's going on with Nathan. updates and also helping other families that are going through this. It's a space for us. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to involve my music and what I do and all that stuff in here because I don't think it's appropriate. But if you guys are interested, you guys can go over to my Instagram account. It's called Auspicious Mondo, and you'll also see a lot more of that. My music career, the things that I love to do, and that can be separate versus, you know, what I'm doing with Nathan and stuff like that. So the Instagram for Baby Nathan is gonna be Help Baby Nathan. That's the way it is, and that's the way we're gonna do it. So the new song that I wrote is out. We wrote it, and one of my cousins produced it. My other cousins sung it, and we've been involved with music. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed that most of the music that is in my YouTube videos, they're all made by us. In one way or another, we all contribute into this music, and you know, I thought I'd share that with you guys. You guys can still do what you love. Hey, what's up, guys? My camera died, so I'm sorry. I don't even know what I was talking about. But in summary, or to end this video, I just want to let you know that whatever it is that makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting nobody, do that. Do what makes you happy. Take care of your priorities, which is, I can't talk right now because of my teeth still. I still have that retainer. Sorry, I can't think right now. I have a retainer in my mouth, so if I can't pronounce words correctly, it's because of that. But anyways, what I was saying is, whatever it is that makes you happy, make sure you focus on that. As long as you're not hurting nobody, do that. Whatever you love to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? And discover yourself. Find something. Find some kind of passion that you like to do. Maybe even if coloring books, man. If you like coloring, you like painting, you like drawing, you like making YouTube videos, you like doing nails, you like doing lashes, you got whatever it is that you love to do it. Find the time to do it. Don't let the situation stop you from actually going forward and chasing down whatever it is that you want to do. Because we have a long life ahead of us, right? We hope that we live a long life. We don't know how long we have. We don't know because we're living on borrowed time. It would be a shame if something were to happen to us and we never did what we wanted to do. Do you get what I'm saying? It's obvious that we can't travel the world right now with Nathan's situation. We can't do that. I would love to do that, but that has stopped. However, it's not going to stop me from doing something else that I love doing, which is my music, my poetry, my comedy, making people laugh, making people feel good, giving advice, helping people. So I'm going to keep doing that. So I'm going to open up my page, the old page that I had, and I'm going to continue to do what I used to do, but without a mask, showing who I really am, and that's what I'm going to focus on. So, I want you guys to take that in consideration. Do with that what you may. If you have any questions or anything like that, you want to know more, or give me ideas of what should I talk about next, throw them down in the comments below. We're going to go ahead and run the shout outs for the week. Alright guys, so if you guys want to get shouted out in our next YouTube video, all you guys have to do is subscribe, turn on post notifications, and leave a positive comment down below. Okay? And as my family always says, remember, you are auspicious. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.